adding roughly 1,500 new residents every single week. That growth has to live, shop, work, and ship somewhere. And that is exactly why commercial real estate here is on fire. But buying a commercial building is nothing like buying a house. Get it right, and you own a cash flowing asset along the I-4 corridor. Get it wrong, and you inherit somebody else's problem. So here is the entire buyer's journey, step by step. Let's go. Here is why this matters. Orlando is not just theme parks. It is one of the fastest growing metros in the entire country, with no state income tax pulling people and businesses in by the thousands. Tourism drives retail along International Drive. E-commerce drives warehouses along the 429 and the airport. Medical City in Lake Nona drives healthcare. That demand is the tailwind behind your investment, but a strong market does not make a strong deal. Your process does. So let's build that process the right way. Step 1. Before you browse a single listing, decide what you're actually buying and why. Pick your asset class: triple net retail, industrial, multifamily, or office. Set your deal size, your target cap rate, and your hold horizon. Are you chasing passive income from a credit tenant or a value add play you reposition over 2 years? Then match all of it to your capital and your tax situation. Here is the part beginners miss. A $2 million deal at 25% down is $500,000 in equity, but your true day one cash need is closer to $600,000 once you add reserves, closing costs, and improvements. Write your criteria down. It is the filter for everything that follows. Step 2. Find the deal. And here is the truth nobody tells you. Most commercial deals never appear on a consumer website. On-market platforms like Crexy, LoopNet, and CoStar are a starting point, but they are a fraction of the real market. The best opportunities move quietly through broker networks and off-market relationships before the public ever sees them. So tap a buyer's broker who knows the I-4 corridor, Lake Nona, and downtown. Watch days on market. A property sitting 120 days is leverage. And on a hot listing in the industrial belt, you move fast with a strong letter of intent, an LOI, and proof of funds. That is how you stay competitive. Step 3. Due diligence. This is where deals are won or lost, and your clock is usually 30 to 45 days. Start with a Phase 1 environmental site assessment. Orlando's history of citrus, gas stations, and dry cleaners means surprises are real. Order a survey, a title search, a property condition report, and verify zoning with Orange County. Then read every lease line by line. Confirm the rent roll, collect tenant estoppels, and on a triple net deal, make sure the tenant truly pays taxes, insurance, and maintenance, with no carve-outs. And the Florida trap. There is no Save Our Homes cap on commercial property, so your taxes get reassessed to the purchase price. Budget for the higher number, not the seller's old one. Step 4. Finance it. Commercial lending is a different animal. Lenders underwrite the building's income, not just your personal credit. Expect 20 to 30% down with a debt service coverage ratio, that's DSCR, of 1.25 or higher. For Orlando deals under $5 million, local and regional banks are often your sharpest option. And if you will occupy the space, look hard at an SBA 504 loan. It can get you in for as little as 10% down. On that same $2 million building, that drops your equity from $500,000 to $200,000. Plan for 45 to 90 days to close. And always compare 3 to 5 lenders. Competition gets you better terms. Step 5. Negotiate and close. Now you nail down the purchase agreement, price, contingencies, the closing date, and prorations. Use your inspection findings as leverage to negotiate credits. Then your title company, attorney, and lender drive it to the finish line. Budget for Florida's closing costs. Documentary stamps run 70 cents per $100, plus title insurance and recording. and that can add 1.5 to 2.5% to your basis. A full Orlando close usually runs 60 to 90 days from contract to funding. Smart buyers build a 30-day extension option right into the agreement because estoppels, appraisals, and title exceptions love to cause delays. Step 6. What you do after you own it. Closing day is the start line, not the finish line. Even a passive triple net deal needs attention. Watch tenant financial health, track lease renewal dates, and confirm the tenant is meeting its obligations. Value-add properties demand a real plan. Improvements, lease up, and capital projects on a timeline. Then capture your tax wins. A cost segregation study can accelerate depreciation and put real cash back in your pocket. And here is the pro move. Plan your exit from day one. Whether you refinance, roll into a larger asset through a 1031 exchange, or sell into a strong market, knowing your exit keeps you ahead of the cycle. Now, the mistake that burns first-time Orlando buyers, trusting the seller's numbers. The pro forma always looks beautiful, but the seller's net operating income is built on their costs, their grandfathered tax assessment, and their optimistic vacancy. When you buy, Orange County reassesses the property to your purchase price, and that tax bill can jump overnight, wiping out the return you thought you were getting. So, underwrite your own numbers. Project taxes after the sale, verify the rent roll, and stress test the vacancy. The deal is only as good as the assumptions you can actually defend. Let's lock it in. 1. Define your criteria before you look. Asset class, size, cap rate, and hold. 2. Source off-market because the best Orlando deals never hit the portals. 3. Due diligence is where deals are won, so read every lease and project your taxes after the reassessment. 4. Expect 20 to 30% down and a 1.25 DSCR. And remember, an SBA 504 can get owner occupants in for 10. And 5. Plan your exit from day one and never, ever trust the seller's tax number. Run your own. If you are ready to put this to work, that is exactly what we do. I am Ryan Solberg with MaxLife Commercial. We help investors find, underwrite, and close commercial real estate across Orlando and all of Central Florida, from off-market sourcing through closing day. Run the numbers with our free deal analyzer at maxlifedevelopment.com or call us directly at 321-586-2121. Let's find the deal that actually fits your goals. I will see you in the next one.